This is part 3 of our 4-part Paris series. And in this episode, we're going to answer some questions. Like, are the stereotypes true? How do the French really treat Americans?
We're dressed the same. There's no reason to attack me.
And was the language barrier an issue? Is it safe? And what actually is the biggest threat to Americans in Paris? And it's probably not what you're thinking.
I swear they don't go anywhere without the siren on.
We're also going to cover where we stayed, getting around, apps, currency, and credit cards. And if you're just tuning in, we're in Paris for 6 weeks as I attend Le Cordon Bleu for Boulangerie.
Look at this.
But now we want to shift gears and cover the more routine aspects of living abroad. And even if you have no plans to come to Paris, you just might be curious about what it's like.
By the way, don't touch the fruit in the fruit man store.
Before we landed in Paris, much like you, we turned to YouTube to learn more. And that is when we found Frenchies. We were fortunate enough to be able to connect, to have them show us around, and even meet up again for dinner at their home.
This is a French winter food called raclette.
Okay.
So you know fondue, right?
Yes.
We'll answer questions as we make our way across the city to pick up some souvenirs for the kids. But let's kick things off at the market with Antoine and Colleen.
And seafood is seasonal in France. It starts in the month that ends with an R, September, October, but it's really a winter food for us.
We already showed you that the winter food is the seafood.
Yeah.
But we also have the Alsace version here, which is the choucroute. You have sauerkraut, all of these different sausages. This thing called poitrine, which is like where bacon meets pork belly. Some chunks of pork, like the pork jaws and stuff, and it's amazing.
This is fantastic. Is this not the best market ever?
It's the best thing I've ever
This is the best market we've ever been to.
Ever.
Or marché.
Ever.
So in many markets, like you can buy food like you're gonna have to prepare, but a lot of them sell already pre-made food.
Yeah.
Like you have a bœuf bourguignon to go, you have a vegetable mix, you have meat and sausage, you have pig, you have choucroute. So you can actually buy this, put it in a container, bring it back to your Airbnb and enjoy it. All it's missing is a bottle of wine and bread, and that's coming up.
Let's go!
He's saying l'arrière-boutique, it's just the back of the house you're filming behind. Yeah, back of the house, that's what it is.
Where did you live?
Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, okay, sure.
Wilton Manors. I was over there. I used to do that. French Market, Boca Raton, Hollywood.
Yes.
Yeah, I do that.
Oh, that's great.
And that's great. You got the blessing of having Tom Brady. To give you a Super Bowl in Tampa, right?
Yes.
So Tampa is if Tom Brady is in Tampa, Tampa is good.
No?
It's different. It's only made with herbs, but with piment too. There is some.
Which piment?
You can't tell me.
No, I can't. Under torture, I will resist. I can't. This is, you know what? This is come from my wife. My wife made it.
Okay.
And it's from far away, but I won't let you know where it's come from. I won't. Please.
Okay, so as you can tell, the language is not a barrier. I mean, of course, that gentleman's English was amazing, but I'll tell you, almost anywhere we go, the English is so good. And every time I'm in a conversation with someone that's speaking English, I always say, your English is very good. And they, almost every time, they go, oh, no. And I say, I'm telling you, your English is fantastic. And I can tell that they're appreciative of that. In terms of some of the stereotypes, I mean, we all have stereotypes. We kind of have an idea of maybe how the French are going to treat Americans. And if there's one thing about stereotypes...
What are you looking for? Mona Lisa? McDonald's? Both is that way. Heads up, the portions here are normal size.
How did you know I'm American?
It's amazing how long a stereotype can live, how it can live on like a rumor. And maybe that was true back in the day, but I'm here to tell you, in all the time we've been here, we haven't had one interaction that wasn't friendly, polite, helpful. It's just been fantastic. No matter where you're from, you will be welcome here. Just make sure you open with bonjour. Okay, we have the keys. Trish and I are gonna head to Versailles Palace, and we have a little tip for you over there. Here's what I can't believe.
What's that?
You look at all this, right?
Yes.
And you have to imagine It was
Get in our time slot. Talk and walk.
Talk and walk. You can imagine it was even more impressive back in the day.
Yes.
Right? I mean, it's impressive now because they've not restored it, they've preserved it. But you know, you got the horses and the guards and all this stuff. Okay, so now think John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin. This is where they came to have meetings about our independence.
Yeah.
Okay? Here.
Hey, can I trouble you for a small loan?
Hey, I can hardly keep up. You want to tell everybody your plan?
I don't know if it's gonna work, okay? Come in close, I don't wanna let anybody know. It's on Instagram with like 1 million views. You go across the courtyard, you get in over here, you go up the stairs, you stay focused, you get to the Hall of Mirrors, and you might have it with just like 10 or 15 people. We're already late.
Bonjour. 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 Okay, I can hardly keep up. She is on a mission. She is hard to keep up with. But I tell you what, I kind of like the plan. I like that there's a mission and we're all to ourselves. I mean, this is actually making touristy stuff kind of fun.
Mark, we have one mission.
You need to pick up the pace. We've arrived. I haven't been to the Louvre yet, and we haven't been inside a lot of monuments, but I have to say the two things that have been the most impactful were going to the concert in the church and coming here first thing in the morning.
Yeah. What the heck happened here, Trish?
It's crazy.
It's been 1 hour.
We were in here alone.
It's been 1 hour. This is the craziest thing. Seriously, if you don't, if you can't get here at 8:30 in the morning, don't even come. Don't even come if you don't get here at 8:30 in the morning. Am I right? Tell me I'm wrong about that.
It's intense.
It's intense. It's crazy. Excuse me.
This is stunning.
Yeah.
Stunning. You can see why people came here to be seen, to mosey around, wait for court. It's just so neat. It's so beautiful.
don't know how I went my whole life without knowing the significance of the scarf. Seriously.
You were born and raised in Arizona. That's why.
This is someone who lives in Arizona is like, a scarf? Truly amazing. Okay, this is where we're staying. This is an Airbnb that we found by hitting a filter on Airbnb for long-term rentals. It's in the 16th arrondissement? How do you say it?
I think you got it. Well, you know.
It's the 16th. We're in the 16th. I don't think it was perfect for us. This is like a suburb and there's families and it's been quiet and safe. It's perfect. We love it. In fact, it's probably the reason that I've enjoyed staying here as long as we have. I'm not sure the 16th is where someone would want to stay if you're only here for a few days. You'd probably want to be in the thick of it and like where everything is. But for us and how we travel, being a little away from it, so we have like neighborhood restaurants and Trish could walk to school and then we just get on the metro, pop over, we can be in all the action. We just don't have to stay in it.
One of the biggest tips that Mark taught me is that when you have your Google Maps, you want to drop down your stops, whoops, so that you can see where you're going and you get on the right side of the tracks, because that's detrimental. We're going to a super cute location. It's called Landline, and it's all like cooking things. So we're going to take you along there.
Okay, a lot of people have seen Trish and I when we're using tolls, we're using our phone, and people have written in the comments, they're like, hey, what app are you using? We don't have any apps. I will share one that Antoine shared with me, but no apps. It's all just Apple Pay or your wallet. In fact, like, look, these are SS Badger tickets that haven't expired yet, a Hertz rental car, but we load a couple cards, like an Apple card, on our phone so that we can tap. And that's how we've been paying for everything. You can tap for restaurants, you can tap for tolls, so that's really it. The only thing I'll tell you when it comes to like credit cards and exchange rates and things like this, just make sure your credit card can handle international transactions, because the last thing you want to do is get home from anywhere, even if you're traveling up in Canada, and come back and find out that you got charged a fee for every single transaction. That stuff adds up really fast. And then you get the best exchange rate. So Trish and I have had some euros on us, but very little cash. Mostly everything's just been tapped. Even at a farmer's market, getting fish at a farmer's market, they just pull out a machine and you tap. Super simple. Oh, the app I was going to tell you about. Antoine recommended for the Metro. Bonjour RATP. So this might be an easier way to navigate the Metro system, but Trish and I consider ourselves Google Maps power users, so we just stuck with Google.
The store is called Landline, and it's supposed to be super cute. Take a left, and it'll be on our left. This looks so good.
It's too cold.
It looks so good. One thing you need to know is things do not start early here. Maybe a market, but definitely not the stores. 11 o'clock, it's 10:55,
well,
there's no one in sight in there.
Go up to the window and say, open, 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 open. Okay, so while we wait for the store to open, let's just talk real quick about safety. This was probably my biggest concern before we came here, because, you know, as an American, you read the news, just like everyone reads the news all over the country, and it tends to be amplified, maybe even exaggerated. The safety here, and it's funny with the siren in the background, which is non-stop in Paris, the safety here is a non-issue. It's incredibly safe. That siren is hilarious. I swear they don't go anywhere without the siren on. Anyway, it's extremely safe, even when Trish is walking at night. Very safe. Maybe the only thing to really worry about is like pickpocketing and things that you might have heard, and those tend to be isolated to like very touristy areas, getting on and off the metro, and even then, I think it's pretty easy to avoid with a couple tips from Antoine. I'm sure this isn't foolproof,
yeah,
but it seems like for Trish and I, just the fact that we are looking somewhere, we know where we're going, we're standing, I mean, we're not distracted and you know, have our backpack unzipped, looking up at a sign, and I feel like we just kind of avoid a lot of this stuff because we haven't seen any of it. I know it exists, but we haven't seen it.
If I get in the metro, sometimes Colin says, "Why are you intense?" And I said, because I have this intensity and just I'm communicating. Don't mess with me.
I'm not the one.
I'm not the one.
Go find someone else.
Go exactly.
It's easier to take something from her than it is from me. They'll take it from her and I'll be fine.
Look at the smile. Look at the smile she's got on her face right now. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
If you're in the metro and you're like, I'm in love. Look at this. I'm in Paris. Oh, the thief will only beeline on you.
But believe it or not, the biggest threat to an American, in my opinion, it's actually crossing the street. Now, I'm actually not exaggerating. This is a legitimate threat. In the United States, when you see the little icon to walk on the other side of the street, instinctively, we start walking. But in Paris, there isn't one little crosswalk dude on major streets. There's 3, sometimes 4, and a bike lane. You see how that one's green over there, but this one's red? And then you got a bike lane. And furthermore, as Americans, we give no consideration to the bike lane whatsoever, mainly because we don't really have a legitimate bike lane. We might have like an area where bicyclists can ride, but here there's an actual bike lane. It has its own walk sign. And when everything turns green and you don't see any cars, you don't hear any cars, as an American, you have a tendency to just step out. Well, Trish saw a guy step out into a bike lane and get hit by someone on an e-bike, and it knocked him out, right? It was bad. Imagine having an e-bike at like 20 miles per hour hit you. It's just because they're not being from here. You're just not accustomed to looking that direction.
Bonjour. Bonjour. Welcome. Are you open? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're open. We're opening. Hi. I got a little something for Carson. You know, when he's up in the plane and they're spitting all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you need a quick little notebook. And then I thought this one was kind of cool.
Yeah.
So.
I like it.
A little Carson gift.
Yes. You found it? Where'd you got it?
Yes.
All good.
Hi. Do you want to have a little piece of that? Yeah. Oh, you'd give our dog a run for his money.
Did you get what you want?
I could have stayed in there all day. I was going to ask her, do you have any open positions? So we thought we'd bring you here so that you could see a few of the items that most people talk about in France. Butter, yogurt, eggs. Let's do it.
That's what you want.
Yes.
Getting a little taste of Christmas, early Christmas.
They turn on all the lights next weekend, all the Christmas markets. This very easily shows you the doux means unsalted butter. That is not why we came here. We want salted butter all the way.
Maybe 4.
4?
Yeah.
The other thing is the yogurt selection is above any yogurt selection I have ever seen, and you're about to see it right over there. Thank you.
Oh, let's see.
Look at this. How cool is that? That's airplane ready. Airplane ready, ready to travel.
Trish brought this home from the Monoprix one time. This isn't even the nicest chocolate you can get in France. I'm sure they have like chocolate that's beyond this, but Lindt is actually in the United States, but not exactly like this. I'm gonna bring home for some gifts because this chocolate is amazing. So if you come here, grab some Lindt creme brulee.
Creme brulee right there. Grab yourself some chocolate or come to a grocery store and get any of these souvenirs because they're so great. They say Paris on them and they're easy to pack and they're not going to get broken and people will love them. Oh, this is fun. Look at this. Comes with a little hammer. And you'll notice just like New Zealand, Mexico, and definitely here in France, eggs just sit out because they haven't been washed. So they can go straight from the hen to the box, to the counter.
It didn't take us very long to figure out where we needed to buy certain groceries, like what would we go to the nice grocery store for. Or what do we go to the Monoprix, which is like a little bit more like a regular grocery store. And then what do we go to, like, imagine 7-Eleven, but you can get eggs and milk and cheese and coffee and paper towels and stuff like that. And I think that's where we went most.
Yes.
And then every once in a while we go to the grocery store, and then every once in a while we would go to this super nice grocery store and get like nice cheeses and stuff like that.
Yes.
But I actually think the biggest challenge for us, the biggest adaptation for us has been dinner hour. Restaurants just don't open until 7, 7:15, 7:30. It's a long time to wait for an American.
And we're the only ones there. Everyone doesn't get in there till like 8.
Every dining experience we have, we arrive and it's empty because it's 7 o'clock. It's actually 7:30 and we're starving. But the French don't eat until much later. And that's how, a lot of times, how we can get around the reservation too, because you know, if we don't have a reservation, they usually seat us when we're the first ones. And then when we leave around 8, 8:15, 8:30, place is packed. It's kind of rude to record now, but I think I made my case.
Okay, that concludes our little walkabout. We're gonna go upstairs, but we wanna bring you over to La Frenchie's house to have authentic German bread. Let's go.
Jeez, I'll tell ya, that was not, it's so hard to explain. It's not difficult, but really stressful.
Yeah,
because you have no idea where the train is, how to get a ticket. Once you do figure out how to get a ticket, you don't exactly know what to type in, where to get it in.
Perseverance.
Yeah.
That's the word.
You just have to trust.
Stay calm.
And stay calm.
La région Hauts-de-France et SNCF vous souhaite la bienvenue à bord de ce TER à destination Bagnères.
All right. Ah, look at this.
You get a kiss.
Okay.
There's the Dupont estate. Yeah, this is the Frenchies castle.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, there you go. And I'm going to show you our stables. We keep a couple of horses. Right. This is the maid's quarter over there. This is our castle. This is where we have like little.
Now I can see. Do you let people tour it and things?
Yeah, but when we're not in.
I love what you've done with the place.
I know. The U.S. the Kentucky Derby.
Yes.
Well, when they have the French equivalent of the Kentucky Derby is right here. No way.
Hey, bonsoir. Great to see you.
Hello, hello.
Hi. This is amazing. Here's a little something and some yummy, very good olive oil.
So Makala does the easiest bread. She says you can bake bread as easy as you can do laundry or mow the lawn. So it's quick, easy recipes with the English cookbook and everything.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make some roasted onion bread, fresh to go with dinner.
Yeah, we start now, and including baking. 60 minutes later, we have a fresh onion bread that you can't resist to eat.
I love it.
So sound that good?
Oh, it sounds amazing, amazing.
Awesome.
Look at how fun that looks. I love seeing products from other countries.
Oh yeah.
When does it look fun?
Well, the word.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and then dinkelmehl, or I'm saying it wrong.
No, dinkel is right.
Okay.
And meal is flour.
Mehl. Mehl?
Meal.
Mehl.
Meal.
Dinkelmehl.
Yeah, great.
I know German.
Okay. Quick
Okay.
acting yeast in the U.S.
This is everything right
This
there.
is everything.
There's only 3 steps.
Whatever you want.
These are like fried onions, you know, that you put them on top of green bean almondine, like Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, smells so good.
And but
I would
they're
just
dry.
like pour them in my mouth.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you want them around the edge, or
Wherever you
they
want.
can?
No,
They,
don't
doesn't
think about
matter.
it. Just
Don't think about it.
Don't think
Look
about
at
it.
I
you.
can't get it close to the yeast. I know. I can't get it close to the yeast.
Yeah, so now we need 450 milliliter lukewarm water. Lukewarm water. Lukewarm water. With this bread, you put it in the cold oven.
Really? And then you let it get warm.
Yeah, normally you like preheat and stuff, but this is when you have risen it outside. But like we are rising it in the oven.
Really?
And so we need like this little temperature rising so that the yeast can rise, because above like 50 degrees Celsius, you have to make the math what that is in Fahrenheit.
Well, no one knows. No one knows.
Yeah, but that's what activates it with the warm water and the.
Yeah, and so then the temperature rising slowly makes it rise, and this is where we save the time.
Oh, what's going on here?
We're having a good time.
It's all good out here?
If you could pipe it down a little bit, we can't even hear ourselves speaking.
I had no trouble at all following your cookbook in English.
Oh, thank you.
No, what you did in English is brilliant.
Yeah, this looks good. Like maybe if you want to like
flatten it.
Yeah. You see?
Ooh, good.
There we go.
Press them a little.
I don't mean to interrupt your baking, but we're a little parched over there, so we're coming for the champagne.
Don't. Look at this.
We'll bring it back.
Don't worry, Antoine, baking is done.
We're done.
We're done. Let's
It's in the oven.
Yeah, well, stay here for a little bit.
So good.
Yeah, we couldn't wait the 30 minutes.
No.
That's good. Yeah.
Where's that one?
So this is not any kind of cheese. This is raclette cheese. And when we were in America, we couldn't, it was rare, so we would use Gouda and other cheese.
You mean it's as rare as it is for me to find pepper jack cheese here?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, or other kinds of
cheddar.
Yeah, cheddar. Yeah, cheddar.
I can find cheddar. Well, you might omelet.
We use cheddar here for road constructions. You know, when there's a pothole, we'll put in shepherds.
Okay.
In the mountain.
Okay.
They would bake potatoes. They would take it with them, and they would have ham. They would cut their ham. So we're gonna eat some ham, and they would put this cheese over the fire.
Oh, interesting.
Ham, potato, and ham. That's what we're gonna have.
Those aren't bad.
There you go. I'm going pepper.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
It's like warming for your soul.
And the
It's like comfort bread.
comfort bread.
It's comfort bread.
Yeah.
And it's easy. It's so easy.
Yes, that's the best. Cheers.
All right. Rose.
Cheers. Eye contact.
First of all, it's squirrel. Eichhörnchen.
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 Yes.
That's a squirrel. Écureuil in French.
Écureuil.
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 Yeah, Eichhörnchen.
Okay, Mark.
Yes.
Now, matchbox.
Matchbox.
Oh, like a little.
En français, boîte d'allumettes.
What the lumen? And now comes the German one.
Yes.
Streichholzschächtelchen.
How do you say, I would like a matchbox with a squirrel on top of it?
How easy! That is an Eichhörnchen mit einem Streichholzschächtelchen.
Exactly. That's exactly how we're gonna say it.
That was a great night. And we appreciate the Duponts, the Frenchies, inviting us over. That was a lot of fun. It's great to get to know Makala and her husband, making all that bread.
We learned how to make some bread. You learned how to make some bread.
Yeah.
And we had a great dinner. How fun is that dinner?
It was
We
a
had to
lot
do
of
that
fun.
with the kids for the holidays.
Yeah, it was fun. It was all good. It was a great night. Even the champagne was good.
It was real nice.
Anyway, so we're gonna go back now to our place, and then school's tomorrow morning. We got a weekend.
Got to get up at 5:45.
That's it for now. Over and out. Catch you next time. Oh, he's pretty good, Trish. Look.
Yeah. Oh. Join us next week for the final installment, part 4 of our time in Paris, as we take another side trip to Champagne, France.
So in every bottle of champagne with the cap, you'll see the sediment.
Years ago, when the kids were young, we traveled to Tequila, Mexico, just outside Guadalajara, and we learned that if it's not from tequila, then it's not called tequila. And the same is true for champagne. And we stayed in a castle just 1 hour south of Reims, where we toured Notre Dame de Reims and paid our respect to Dom Perignon.
Definitely not.
If you're planning a trip to Paris, be sure to subscribe to Frenchies, as they were our experts on all things Paris and helped make us feel right at home in France.
I can't not record. I have to even record you recording. I can see why you like it just like this. Oh yeah, it's fantastic. And so you add a little water and
Yeah, you can put water, yeah.
you get to drink it longer.
Exactly. So the Eiffel Tower was built for the Exposition Universelle, which is absolutely hated it, saying it's the most hideous thing. And the only way that they authorized Eiffel, Gustave Eiffel, to build it is if he was going to take it down. So the deal was we'll put it up for the 1900, yes, 1900 Exposition Universelle, and we'll take it down in 1920. But World War I broke out in 1914, and then by 1920, people were kind of like, well,
yeah, it's pretty nice.
Like attached to it.
Yes.
And then by, they said, well, we'll punt it and we'll take it down in another 20 years. And then by 1940, then World War II broke out. And then by that time, it was an icon of France. But it was supposed to be a temporary exhibit.
Interesting.
And now you cannot imagine Paris without the Eiffel Tower.
No.
Yeah. Mwah. Mwah. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
You're going to be a baker in 6 weeks. And you will go to all the stages of all the emotion wheel, all of them. And it's fine, because this is at the middle is a bread maker. And that's going to be you.
Oh,
That's gonna be amazing.
said.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I have waited.
Very excited.
And we'll see. I want to see you before you leave
Okay.
in 6 weeks, because I want to try some of your bread.
Absolutely.
Ooh, okay,
Yeah.
great.
Let's do it.
Yeah?
Okay, let's do it.
That's
I
the
love
plan?
it.
All right.
Yes.
So I'm having this, which is, it looks like a crown.
It does. I like setting them up like that. Technically, they're bear claws.
Like the
But
French.
I think they look
The
better.
king
as
of France.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay, this is mine. Don't even look at it.
And this is mine. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. This is delightful.